Very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Children, we are passing on to the second module under Mendel's laws. In this particular module, we will be discussing Mendel's first and second laws. The first law, which is known as law of dominance, and the second law, which is known as the law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. Let us get into Mendel's first law of inheritance. You know that he observed Pisum sativum, that is pea plants, and he actually recorded 7 characters, each with one pair of contrasting traits. But the interesting fact is that he did not observe all the 7 characters together. He observed only one character with a pair of contrasting traits at one particular point of time. So for hybridization, he selected 2 parents. They had 2 contrasting traits of one character, and then he crossed them. He crossed them, collected the next generation of seeds, raised them up, observed their character, and then did the same thing for many generations. So he observed one character with a pair of contrasting traits for many generations in Pisum sativum. He recorded his observation very systematically, and as he was very comfortable with statistical tools, he arrived at a conclusion after observing and analyzing many generations of observation. When hybridization is carried out between 2 plants with 2 contrasting traits of one particular character, then it is called a monohybrid cross. For example, if 2 pea plants, one with green seeds and the other with yellow seeds, are crossed, it is called a monohybrid cross. Let's take the example of a monohybrid cross with green seeds and yellow seeds, that is 2 traits of the same character, seed color, in pea plants. So the parent selected is called as the P1 generation. The male is indicated with a symbol with a circle at the bottom and an arrow at the top, and the female is indicated with a circle at the top and a plus sign at the bottom. Let the male parent have green seeds and let the female parent have yellow seeds. Please note that even if we exchange, if we select a yellow seeded male plant and a green seeded female plant, the results remain the same. That we will see again later in the next module. Now P1 male is green seeded and P1 female is yellow seeded. When he crossed that and he collected the seeds and raised the next generation, Mendel observed that there were hardly green seeds. Most of the times, there were some exceptions which we will learn later. Most of the time, there were no green seeds in the F1 generation. All the seeds collected in the F1 generation, when they were raised, they produced yellow seeded plants. Though microscope was not invented and the existence of chromosomes and genes were not known to him, he deduced that 2 factors, which we call as genes now, 2 factors contribute in determining a character, and these 2 factors control the character, whether it is yellow seeded or green seeded. So now let us start representing the factors by alphabets. See, as yellow color was seen in the F1 generation, let us take the alphabet Y. So a capital Y will be used to represent a factor showing yellow seeds, and a small y alphabet will be used to show the green seeds. Remember that we have to use the same alphabet. We can't use the letter G. We have to use same letter, that is Y, but capital for the one which is expressed more and small letter for the one which is expressed less. So we also had discussed earlier that each character is controlled by 2 factors. So let us start representing the factors in each plant. The P1 generation, male green seeded. As it is green seeded, it will be represented by 2 small y letters, and the female, which is yellow seeded, will be represented by 2 capital Y's. We know that during gamete formation, meiosis takes place and chromosome doubles, and then 4 chromosomes formed after that will go to 4 different sperms or 4 different eggs. So the small y, which is twice present in green seeded plant, will become 4 small y factors, and all these 4 small y factors will go to 4 different sperms. Similarly, the 2 capital Y factors present in the female plant will double itself, will become 4 capital Y factors, and each of them will go into a separate egg. So, all the sperms, irrespective of whichever it is the first one, second one, third one, or fourth one, it will be carrying a small Y factor, and all eggs here, irrespective of the first one, second one, third one, or fourth one, will be carrying a capital Y factor. So, any of the sperms fused with any of the eggs formed will definitely have a zygote with one capital Y gene and one small y gene. But Mendel observed that the strange fact is that even though the F1 generation is having one capital Y gene for yellow colored seeds and one small y gene for green color seeds, all the plants produced in the F1 generation were actually yellow seeded. That means that the character hidden in small y gene, that is green seeded, is not expressed because the capital Y gene, which is yellow seeded, is dominant over the green seeded character. So let us represent the cross again. The green seeded male plant with 2 small yellow factors, and the yellow seeded female plant with 2 capital Y factors produce gametes which, combined in any particular order, will produce yellow seeded generations with one capital Y factor and one small y factor. So if the F1 generation is having both factors for green seed and yellow seed, that is capital Y as well as small y, but still they produce only yellow colored seeds. So the green colored factor do not express itself. It shows that the yellow color of seed is dominant over the green color of seeds. This means if a pea plant has both capital Y factors, the seed will be automatically yellow. If a pea plant has both small y factors, then the seeds will be automatically green. But if one factor in a pea plant is capital Y and the other factor is small y, then only yellow color will be expressed and the green color remains silent or hidden. This led Mendel to put forward the law of dominance. Stating the law of dominance by Mendel, if there are a pair of factors with contrasting traits of a particular character in an organism, only one of the traits is expressed and the other trait remains hidden. The expressed trait is called the dominant trait and the hidden trait is called the recessive trait. Taking the example which we have been dealing with so far, the F1 generation with yellow seeded plants will have one capital Y gene for yellow color and one small y gene for green color seeds, but only yellow color is expressed. Now Mendel wanted to know what will happen when the F1 generation plants are self-fertilized. So we'll take them as P2 generation, the second parental generation. As the same plant is supplying the sperms as well as the egg, the type of gametes formed will be similar as far as sperms and eggs are concerned. This yellow seeded plant has got one capital Y factor and one small y factor. During meiosis, the factors double. So there will be 4 factors formed, out of which 2 will be capital Y and 2 will be small y. So as there are variations in sperms as well as eggs, we will represent the possible combination of progeny with the help of a Punnett square. Punnett square is a diagram which is used to represent the possible combination of gametes during hybridization. Here the P2 is a yellow seeded plant which is getting self-fertilized. So there will be 4 types of gametes formed, both sperms and eggs. out of which 2 will be carrying capital Y factors and 2 will be carrying small y factors. Let us represent them in a square. The square is called Punnett square. The top rows contain the sperms and the left hand side columns contain the eggs. So let us take the combination. When capital Y sperm combines with capital Y egg, it becomes capital Y progeny, which will be yellow seeded. When small y sperm combines with capital Y egg, it becomes capital Y small y, which will be yellow seeded but will be having the green colored factor also with it, which is hidden. Then the capital Y sperm combining with the small y eggs to form again yellow seeds, and the small y sperms combining with the small y eggs to form small y, which will produce green seeds as there is no capital Y factor there. So let us see what do we mean by phenotype. Phenotype means the external character or appearance of the progenies. Now according to the phenotype here, there are two types of phenotype, that is yellow seeded and green seeded. If we take a ratio, it will come to 3 yellow seeded is to 1 green seeded. So the phenotypic ratio here is 3:1, yellow seeded is to green seed. Now internal factors, if we consider them, then the combination or the ratio will be different. So when you consider the genes or the factors during hybridization, then you call it as the genotype. So let us see the genotypic ratio here. According to genotypes, there are 3 combinations. One is capital Y, the other one is capital Y, small y, and the third one is small y. And the number will come like this: 1 capital Y is to 2 capital Y is to 1 small y. So this ratio 1:2:1 is called as the genotypic ratio here. Whenever a progeny has similar factors, that is either capital Y or small y, they are called as homozygous. And whenever a progeny is having one capital Y and one small y, that is 2 different variation of a factor, then they are called as heterozygous. We can see that there is one homozygous capital Y, one homozygous small y, and 2 heterozygous capital Y, small y progenies in this particular cross. When we observe the cross carefully, we see that the capital Y factor carrying yellow seed and the small y factor carrying green seed color, they both coexist in the F1 generation without mixing. Though only yellow seeds are formed in this generation, that is the F1 generation, being the dominant trait, green seeded trait is still existing, though it is not expressed. So let us come to the second law of Mendel. Second law of Mendel is Mendel's law of segregation. When the gametes are formed, the 2 different factors for seed color, that is green and yellow, separate or segregate from each other without mixing. So law of segregation states that if there are a pair of contrasting factors for a character in an organism, during gamete formation, these contrasting factors segregate from each other. Now the same law can be called as the law of purity of gametes. Law of purity of gametes states that during gametes formation, the 2 contrasting traits of a character in an organism separate from each other, and each gamete carry either one factor for green seed or a factor for yellow seed. Please watch the other videos also so that you can revise the basics before you understand this: cell structure, structure of DNA, replication of DNA, cell cycle, mitosis, meiosis and mitosis, a comparison, Mendel and pea plants, atom and its structure, and symbols of top 30 elements. Certain important terms related to Mendel's laws. Parental generation, P1 generation, The generation of plants used for crossing or hybridization is first parental generation. Phenotype. The external visible or noticeable characters in any organism is called as the phenotype. For example, green seeds in pea plants. Genotype. The genes or factors expressing a particular character in an organism is called genotype. For example, capital G or capital G or small g. Homozygous. It's a condition where both the factors, that is the genes, controlling a particular trait of a character remains similar. For example, it can be capital Y or it can be small y. Heterozygous. It's a condition where the two factors, the two genes controlling a particular trait of a character are different from each other. For example, capital Y, capital G, small g. More terms related to Mendel's laws. First filial generation or F1 generation. All the progenies obtained by crossing the P1 generation are called first filial generation. Second filial generation. All the progenies which are obtained by crossing or self-fertilizing the F1 generation are called F2 generation. Please understand that the F1 generation becomes P2 generation when we cross it or when we self it. Dihybrid cross. In this lesson so far we have been discussing about monohybrid cross where we were discussing two different traits of the same character, one single character. Now dihybrid cross is a cross where hybridization is carried out between two plants with two contrasting characters with two contrasting traits. For example, two pea plants are selected. They are having two characters with contrasting traits. For example, one is tall and the other one is dwarf. And one of them is having purple flowers and the other one is having white flowers. So there are two characters here, height and flower color, and there are two traits for each character. Such a cross is called dihybrid cross. So let us revise with a few questions. Observe the diagram and read the data given. These are flowers of two different pea plants. One is having purple flowers and the other one is having white flowers. Now answer the following question on the basis of the given data. When these plants were crossed, 60 seeds were collected. On growing them, all progenies had purple flowers. Which is the recessive trait here? Next question. Show the cross with the P1 and F1 generation. So you have to show the male symbol, the female symbol. The phenotype you have to write, purple flowered and white flowered, and you have to write the genotype too. Specify the phenotype and genotype of both the parents in P1. What will be the genotype of the F1 generation? And show the progenies in F2 generation if F1 was self-fertilized. So you have to show the F2 generation taking F1 as P2. Use Punnett square to find out the progeny. And state the phenotypic and genotypic ratio in F2. Solve these questions. The answers will be given in the opening slide of the next module. In the next module, we will be learning about dihybrid cross and Mendel's third law. Till that, learn science, think well and stay safe.